Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Campus Care Ed Talks. Ed Talks is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints related to education and society. Our topic for the day is leadership in schools from principals to students. And to express her viewpoints on the same, we have with us Dr. Neeraj Vohra, ma'am, principal of St. Froebel Senior Secondary School, New Delhi. A very warm welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here today with us. It's lovely having you here. How are you doing, by the way?
All good, all good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me here to express my views. And it's a very big opportunity for me as well. Thanks a ton, and
Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you here. So, ma'am, moving on with the topic leadership in school. So, how do you define a leader? What do you think makes someone a leader?
see, effective school leaders, they build and they sustain reciprocal family and community partnership. That is mainly to cultivate inclusive, caring, and culturally responsive school communities. To build this community, it is very essential that school leaders develop trust and create a sense of transparency and shared purpose with the parents, staff, community members, and students. So, a great school leader knows that it is not a one man show. It is always a team. They cannot achieve anything all alone. So, they should be surrounded with great teachers, with their colleagues, and should also give them the opportunity to develop, to continuously learn, and should give them the opportunity to behave like leaders themselves. There's no secret that when the people are happy, when they are given an opportunity for career growth as well as an autonomy and control over their careers, they are more productive. So and you give them this freedom of growth. You give it to your staff and you'll see the output. The ladder of the school growth will definitely keep growing. Successful school leaders, they also use data, including standardized and school based assessment, to drive continuous improvement. Another thing I would say that the best leaders are the visionaries. They must have the long term and the short term goals. Long term goals, keeping in mind the mission of school, and they should pave path to achieve it. They have a goal that they can unite a team. They have to pass on that goal to the team. The team finally executes it at the school level, and finally you can first achieve the short term goal, and finally that will lead you to achieve the long term goal. Vision is perhaps one of the most important qualities a leader can have, as it provides momentum and direction, not just for team leaders, but also for each and every member of the team. So it is very essential that in persuading vision and executing the plan, they must bear their vision with clear passion, of course. Passion is again very important thing a leader must have. Mainly because it is the passion which will help in influencing others in the school and will develop the school climate and the culture. Passionate people, they have energy and they are great. They can greatly affect teachers' satisfaction and drive as well as students' performance. What most educators already know is that failure, once you give them the responsibility of being a leader, once you give the responsibility of being a leader to the teacher in the class, definitely there'll be failures. But then you cannot pull them down for that. Give them that freedom. They'll work very well if you give that freedom to them. Now, principal, I would say, is the leader at the top level. Teacher is the leader at the school level, the class level, and students are the leader in their own domain. If they're doing any project, they are the leaders of that project. So
Yes,
it
ma'am.
has to be at all the levels. Another important thing is that the leader has to lead by example. They have to be the role model for whether it is the teachers, it is the parents, or it is the students. If they are the role models and everybody in the school look upon them, they will get that admiration and respect also. It doesn't mean that if you become a leader, you are not the learner. Leader is always a lifelong learner. They continue to learn. They should have that thirst for knowledge. As John Kennedy rightly said, that leadership and learning are indispensable. So a leader has to keep learning. They have to keep enhancing their abilities. They have to be humble at the same time. They have to be, they should be able to deliver in the school. Another important thing is now the leaders, school leaders especially, will have a very important role to play in years to come. That is implementation of National Education Policy 2020, which is, I'm sure, will be very effective, and we all should work towards it.
Absolutely, ma'am. Very well said, ma'am. Thank you so much. Moving forward, ma'am, how can, as an educator, we can, encourage the students to become a leader of tomorrow?
See, now every educational institution cannot be restricted just to principal, as I said before also. It has to be at all levels. The principal is, of course, the school head. Then comes the teachers who are at the class level, and then the students who are at, in whatever project they are doing it, and they are the leaders of that project. So I generally practice a collective leadership where my responsibility is to create an environment where each individual feels and acts like a leader. I believe in producing more leaders to understand that every person is responsible for the success and growth of the school. So, from our teachers to students and to our staff, everyone is tasked, and the domain that they are looking after, they are the leaders of that domain. You give them the responsibility, you give them the authority to exercise in that domain. I'm sure, when they feel that they are responsible for it, they will do it. Give them that authority also, because we have rightly read in the management courses also that authority and responsibility go hand in hand. If you are making them responsible, give them the authority also of that domain. They will definitely do very well. Now, in schools, we run various projects. The social work project also we run. We take children. Children are only organizing various things. They are leading it. They are heading it. They are organizing various activities. Even our house system, we organize various competitions. Say, whether it is a dance competition, it is a music competition, debate, quiz, anything. Under the house system, all these are organized by students. So it is to some extent inculcating that leadership qualities in students. Another very interesting thing that we did in our school, that is, the selection of the student council. What we did this time was very interesting. I must share this with you. We adopted the electoral method to appoint a head boy and head girl. And they were supposed to, whosoever was interested, first of all, they were made to, of course, we made some guidelines for them who could apply for it. But then those who were interested, filled in the nomination form for head boy and head girl. Now they were given some time for campaigning, where they could go from class to class and tell them about themselves. And after that, the elections were held in school for the students to elect their head, whom they want as head boy and head girl. It was not the normal conventional method that we used to follow before, where teachers are selecting students and then principal is interviewing and then it is done. No, it was the students who were selecting their leader. After the elections, the results were announced. That celebration was there in the school for the head boy and head girl. And now head boy and head girl were made to, choose their cabinet from the classes. We told them that these are the classes you have to choose students from. And they were made to choose their cabinet. They formed their cabinet. And this is how we made the student council in the school. So in a way, we, taught children how to elect their leader firstly, and how to be a successful leader.
Yeah.
That also be sort of inculcated in
I think it's
students.
very beautiful, ma'am, the way, the whole process of electing the student council. It's very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes. And secondly, even the magazine and the newsletters we take out every month, that is totally done by students.
Wow.
We, sort of course, we are there as mentors, we help them in doing it, but then we give them this feel that, you are the leader, you have to do it. It is you who will bring out the newsletter and the magazine. So, in a way, yes, we are trying our level best that we are able to create leaders of tomorrow. And that's all. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And speaking of, a positive environment in, the schools, you just gave us very cool examples, I would say. The election of student council and everything in the newsletter, everything is written by the students themselves. So,
Yeah.
how do you promote, a positive change in the school environment, ma'am?
Yes. I would say, firstly, I would say our Indian education system is actually facing a lot of problems. We are actually struggling with it. And our government, our educational institutions, they're working very hard to improve our education system. Still, there are many areas which need to be rectified. Though we talk a lot about many things, activity based learning, but we have not got over our 3 hours pen and paper test. We are still conducting that. Of course, we are working towards National Education Policy 2020. We are saying that we are going to focus on competency based education, but with the 3 hours pen and paper test, I don't think we can actually work on the competency based education. In fact, I would say it is very important. And of course, if, in national education policy also, there is this holistic progress card which is being in the pipeline, and which is going to assess the child 360 degrees. It's not just the pen and paper test that they have conducted for 3 hours and that's it. No, it is, the child will be assessed from all the angles, or whether it is the classroom activity, classroom participation, communication, leadership skills, extracurricular activities. And in this progress card, it is not only the student who is being assessed by the teacher, it is, the peer group also assessing their peer group, and it is the student, their self analysis will also be there. So a lot of changes are coming in the education system, and this will definitely bring in the positive change in the school environment. We have already implemented skill-based education in the school. We are trying to introduce a lot of skill-based courses in senior level, as well as from in the middle classes also. And what I would say is that, parents generally force their children to opt for the subject to become what they could not become.
Yeah.
Their aspirations, they try their children that they should fulfill their dreams without realizing whether the child has an aptitude for that or not.
Yeah.
So it is very important that we check the aptitude of a child and then take them into the course or the subject which is good for them, where they'll be able to do the best. So the best areas, we at school level definitely try to teach parents also and tell them that no, this is good for the child, this is not good for the child. And of course, the final decision is of the parent only. And it is they in the classroom, it is very important that the teacher is also able to convince students. She is able to deliver that same thing to students also, because they are the ultimate carriers who are going to take it at home also and try to, convince their parents for the same thing. Another important thing is that the teacher should provide a very positive and a friendly environment in the classroom. Once children have that love and affection given by teacher in the classroom, that feeling of empathy in the classroom by the teacher, they feel that it is like another home for them.
Yeah.
This will definitely create a positive environment in the classroom. And another thing is that it is the age of technology. So now technology, along navigate the two, because the times are coming when technology will take over. Of course, it cannot be. Is there any problem with my network?
No, ma'am.
Is it okay? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
ma'am.
it came that it is unstable. So, okay. Now, another thing that I feel is that in a classroom, it's a big challenge for a teacher also to maintain the positive environment in the classroom. You know, when a class is of 30 to 35 students, all are not learning at the same pace. Some are fast learners, some are slow learners. Now, teacher has to adopt such a method that all the students feel involved, they are learning also, and they are happy also after the class. So, a teacher, has to adopt the methods in that lesson plan only, and then has to deliver it in the classroom. Another thing I would say, with the artificial intelligence and chat box coming in, the teacher can incorporate these methods also, so that she can deliver in the classroom and sort of teach the students. Another thing is that we yes, I there's so many things coming to my mind, and I feel I should deliver everything. So what I feel that a child who's born, they are not born with any habit. They are absolutely neutral. It is the parents, the school, the teachers who help in developing the habits of a child. The behavior of a child is developed by us, the parents and the teachers. So if we provide healthy, positive environment in the classroom, they will be the positive individuals who will carry positive things in the world also. um, Education is not only telling them how they can earn, how they can be rich. It is very important that we inculcate the humanistic behaviors also amongst them,
Yeah.
the values, the morals among students. So it is very important that we incorporate all these points in our education system, and I'm sure we will be one of the leaders in this area of education in the world.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here today and,
Thank you
imparting
very
your
much.
knowledge and sharing your views about leadership in schools. It was very wonderful having you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And I would really like to thank Ental. It was a wonderful experience. And I could give my views also on the topic that you had chosen. It was wonderful talking to you and dealing with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. You too. Have a great day.